The EHR market is undergoing a massive transformation. Hospitals are upgrading legacy systems, digital-first clinics are scaling fast, and payers are pushing hard for integrated care. Analysts expect next-gen EHR platforms to drive several $100 billion in value by 2030. Epic and Cerner still dominate, but their limitations have opened space for modular, cloud-native competitors that rethink interoperability, automation, and user experience. What this tells us is simple. Building an EHR platform in 2026, whether an Epic-type enterprise system or a modern modular EHR, is no longer an experimental move in digital health. It's clinical infrastructure. This video walks through the full development process. Before jumping into the steps, let's break down the models you can build. The first is an Epic-type enterprise EHR, a unified system that handles scheduling, charting, labs, imaging, order sets, care pathways, billing, population health, and analytics. It's large, complex, and built for multi-hospital networks. The second is specialty EHRs, designed for behavioral health, oncology, orthopedics, cardiology, dental, and urgent care. These systems depend on deep clinical templates and structured data for specialty workflows. The third is modular EHR platforms, where clinics pick only what they need: documentation, e-prescribing, telemedicine, scheduling, analytics, or billing, all plug and play. The fourth is API-first EHR backbones that act as a unified data layer for digital health companies that don't want to rebuild clinical records from scratch. Once the model is defined, the development process begins. Step 1 is to map requirements and compliance. Will this be ONC certified? Will it support meaningful use, USCDI, HL7, fhir, and e-prescription mandates? Does it need ICD-10, CPT, SNOMED CT, DICOM, X12, or payer integration workflows? This sets the foundation for your architecture. Step 2 is feature planning. Epic-type systems require enterprise-grade modules: appointment management, charting, order entry, e-prescribing, clinical decision support, population health dashboards, revenue cycle management, and analytics. Specialty and modular EHRs need smart templates, structured fields, workflow automation, and clinical customization. All EHR systems must include encryption, access controls, audit trails, role-based permissions, and strict HIPAA and GDPR compliance. Now let's talk technology. Modern EHRs run on microservices, containerization, and cloud-native architectures. Backends are usually Java, Python, .NET, or Node.js. Front-end systems use React, Angular, or Vue. Mobile interfaces are built with React Native or Flutter. Interoperability layers must support HL7 v2, HL7 fhir, REST APIs, Smart on fhir apps, payer APIs, and patient access APIs. Analytics engines often use PostgreSQL, MongoDB, BigQuery, Redshift, Snowflake, or custom clinical data warehouses. Once the architecture is defined, development begins. Engineering teams implement patient records, scheduling engines, documentation workflows, order set logic, terminology mapping, and integration pipelines. If the system includes AI clinical summarization, coding assistance, risk scoring, or predictive alerts, this is where the model training, validation, and clinical testing happen. After development, the system enters testing. EHR testing is intensive. Every workflow must be validated: charting, referrals, prescriptions, lab orders, imaging, messaging, billing, and care coordination. Security testing must verify encryption, break glass access, identity management, and intrusion detection. Usability testing with clinicians is essential because poor workflow design destroys adoption. After verification, regression, security testing, and interoperability validation, the system moves into certification: ONC, HIPAA audits, e-prescription approvals, payer network checks, or region-specific mandates. Now let's cover costs. Specialty EHRs usually range from $250K to $500K, depending on workflow depth. Mid-size EHRs often land between $600K and $1 million. Epic-type enterprise systems, multi-module, multi-location, AI-enabled, can reach several million dollars depending on the number of integrations, analytics engines, and custom workflows. Costs scale with regulatory certification, interoperability requirements, AI components, and the depth of clinical logic required. Partnering with experienced teams in Eastern Europe, LATAM, or South Asia can reduce cost without compromising compliance. Finally, monetization. Epic-style platforms often run on enterprise licensing across facilities. Specialty systems usually adopt per-provider monthly subscriptions. AI-based clinical assistants, coding engines, and analytics modules become premium add-ons. Some organizations also license their modular EHRs as white-label backbones for smaller clinics and health tech companies. With the complete development flow, cost structure, and monetization strategy in place, the next step is shaping a long-term roadmap. Epic-type and modern modular EHR systems sit at the center of healthcare's largest digital rebuild in 2026, and teams that execute early win defensibility for years. For execution, Intellivon brings deep experience in EHR engineering, interoperability, enterprise healthcare systems, and compliance-driven architectures. If an EHR platform is on your roadmap, enterprise or modular, reach out and we'll help bring it to life. Thanks for watching this video. See you in the next one.